Hello forever, good evening. Welcome to our April recognition event. One of the highlights of the monthly calendar for me, an opportunity for us as a head office team to recognise all of your great achievements in the month of April. Pleased to tell you, April was another strong month for Forever UK. We're close to 16% up year to date, and things are looking just fantastic. So congratulations to each and every one of you. Thank you for your contribution to making us the number 3 country so far this year in Europe, with just France and Germany ahead of us. So a big chunk of the year left, but we're looking in great shape. I'm not really outside Longbridge Manor, but we thought we'd put a backdrop of Longbridge Manor up. We're hoping that in line with the government's guidelines and Boris's roadmap, that after the 21st of June, we might see a return to the manor. Most of us still at the moment working from home, with a few of us going into the manor on the odd day. But after June the 21st, we're hoping to make that a little bit more formal, and we'll keep you posted as to how that looks and how it looks for you at some point in the future to be able to also use the manor, for those of you that do, as a resource to bring your guests and bring your team to. So we can't wait for that. Things are looking good, though, with the vaccine program rolling out, probably one of the best in the world so far. So who knows, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed for some good weather as well, because just a few minutes ago in our studio here in Warwickshire, you could hear the rain hammering down on the roof. So I hope it's a little better where you are around the country, but most importantly, we hope you're safe and well. So I want to say particular welcome to all of you who are with us this evening and are new to Forever Living. A very special welcome to you. It's a very exciting time to be starting with Forever UK. We're very pleased to have you on board. You know, in spite of the pandemic, which of course has gone on much longer than any of us could ever have predicted, Forever has been in great shape as more and more people look to look after their health, stay in the best shape they can. And of course, we have some amazing products that help each and every one of us and our customers do exactly that. So for all you new people, even if you're perhaps new to the world of health and wellness, I can promise you this is the space to be in. In my opinion, the demand for our type of product has accelerated massively in the last year. And I'm confident that even after this pandemic has passed, people will still be more health conscious than ever before in history, which gives you a fantastic opportunity, of course, to create customers wherever you live around the UK. For those of you that joined us, I think it was last week or the week before, time goes so fast when you're having fun, at our regional events, you'll know that we did a little bit of analysis on each of the nights about how many people in the regions were using a particular product. We used tooth gel as our example. And for those of you who were logged on, you'll know that 99.9% of the population in all of our regions were not using our tooth gel. And that's just one of, I don't know, 100 great products or more that we've got. And it tells you what the untapped potential is for each and every one of you. So if you're new, don't be put off by the fact that you read, okay, we've been 25 years in the UK. This is still absolutely a greenfield site. What you do benefit from, however, of course, is the hundreds of thousands of people who have built successful businesses around the world with Forever. And this evening, as with all of our recognition evenings, we're going to be interviewing a number of you that are moving through the plan. So if you're new, tune in, listen to what these people say, maybe make some notes, because you'll soon conclude after you've attended a few of our live events that we're more alike than different, and people face similar challenges, have sometimes the same doubts. But if you've got a strong mindset, you're committed, you set some big goals, and you work your business consistently each day, the sky's the limit for you. So special welcome to each and every one of you, but especially those of you who are new. Now, if you are new to our online events, a little bit of rules and regulations around Zoom. You'll see at the bottom of your screen several little options on the menu bar there. We're going to be using 2 of the options this evening. The chat box we want you to use, of course, to chat. Tell us where you are around the country, say hi, but most importantly, when we're recognizing people, let's give them a big pat on the back, some congratulations, because as you know, recognition is a big part of the Forever culture. It's not quite the same because we're not live in a hotel room or in a stadium, but we want to try and recreate that feeling of support, camaraderie, and the pat on the back. So use the chat box for that this evening. If you have any specific questions this evening about anything in the marketing plan or just generally anything, Sam and Rachel are with me here in the studio. Use the Q&A box for your questions and we'll endeavour to steer you in the right direction as the evening goes on. So that's the rules and regulations for this evening. So first up, we're going to look at some of the new look products that are coming through. Those of you who are regular viewers of our events will know that during the course of this year, you'll see a change in the look, in the imagery of very many of our products. You're already seeing the new soap look that's come through, the new shampoo and conditioner. Pleased to tell you that we've now got 3 of the 5 B products that have come through. The supplements are all now in the new look format. The Propolis cream is on its way soon, as is the Forever Bee Honey. There's a great shot on screen now of the Royal Jelly, the Bee Pollen, and the Bee Propolis. So they are all now available. No change in the formula, still the great products they've always been, but a new look to them. And as I say, that look will continue through the rest of the range as the year goes on. Second bit of news to start our webinar this evening is around some awards that we've recently received. Congratulations to the marketing team for always being on the lookout for ways in which we can raise the profile of the brand, get outside independent accreditation. We're always entering awards. There's a number of awards coming up later on in the year. There's one that I know we're already doing really well in. I can't tell you about it just yet, but I found out today from the marketing team, we've got an additional award coming up. But on the screen, you can see the most recent. You can see for the hydrating serum there, finalist in the Pure Beauty Global Awards. The soap, gold for best liquid hand soap in the Global Makeup Awards. The hand sanitizer, gold for best hand sanitizer in the Global Makeup Awards. Silver for the best moisturizer in the Global Makeup Awards. And silver in the sheet mask category in the Beauty Bible Awards. The marketing team are busy creating social posts for you so that over the next days you'll see these released. You can use them on your own social media channels. Don't forget you can link from your social posts directly to your foreverliving.com shop so that when people read the post, they get excited by it, they can buy directly from you. So if you're unsure how to do that, then contact Business Owner Support and they'll show you how to create those links so that you can have your own online shop if you haven't already got it. Okay, so let's start our recognition evening by recognizing the first of our group, and those are those of you who have attended our advisory board training. So we're looking now at those of you who've completed the online supplement training. Congratulations to each and every one of you. You will be receiving your pin. Wear it with pride. Most importantly, I'm sure as a result of the knowledge that you've got from attending the course, you will be much more confident to speak to your customers. And that really is the importance of going through the online trainings. The great thing about them being online, of course, you can do them at your own pace. Do them in one go or do them in bite-sized chunks. It's entirely up to you. The important thing is to get that knowledge, to build your confidence, particularly those of you who are new to Forever. So those are all our supplement qualifiers. Next up, we've got our sports and weight management group. Congratulations to you guys. Weight management sport, of course, a big part of our product range, a growing part of our product range actually, as people now enter the summer months. Hopefully they're out, they're more active, they're looking for great products to support them in their fitness goals. So learning about this section of our product range is really, really important. Next up, our skincare, our online training. Again, a great time of year for skincare as people are outdoors more, want to know how to protect the skin, which isn't just about our sunscreen. Very many of our other products have protection factors in them. So a great time to be talking to your customers about protecting their skin as they move outdoors into the summer sunshine. Now, I'm told also we have got our Aloe and Bee product online training about to be launched, which has got just about everybody in it, including me, would you believe? But David Urch, Louise Riley, a couple of the team from the marketing team are also in there. So look out for that. You'll see that we're going to post that. That's going to be launched in the very near future. I can see a few on the screen saying hello from Guernsey. Oh, the chat box is disabled. That's not so good, is it? When I click it on, it says it's disabled. Okay, we're working on the chat box, but some of you are obviously chatting on the chat box, and it's great to see so many of you tuned in from different parts of the country. You're all very welcome. Next up, the first part of our marketing plan, and that is those of you getting started at assistant supervisor, which means that you've done 2 case credits either in one go or over 2 consecutive months. The vast majority of people in the UK business join with the Start Your Journey pack, which of course takes you to assistant supervisor straight away. Literally too many of you to put names on the screen. I think we sponsored something like 750 new business owners in the month of April. So the screen would look far too busy, but that doesn't mean that we're not impressed that you've joined, that we want to welcome you, and that we want to encourage you during the course of this evening to see what's possible for you. Because of course, each and every one of us at some point in the past was an assistant supervisor. It's the only way to get started in Forever Living. You can't go straight to any of the higher positions. You have to start at the assistant supervisor position. So if you're new, logged on, just recognize that everybody you're going to hear from this evening and every name you're going to see at the higher positions at some point in the past, sometimes literally just weeks ago, but sometimes years ago, was in your shoes. And we want to encourage you to see what's possible for you. You know, when you start a new venture, it can feel a little bit uncomfortable, particularly if you've not done anything like this before. Just recognize that that is normal. Think back to when you started your first job. The first few days seemed daunting. There seemed a lot to learn, but after a few weeks or months, you became more and more comfortable with it. And if you've been doing the same job now for a lot of years, you probably can do it almost with your eyes closed. And that's the point that we all get to when we do something over and over and over again. We go through some stages of learning where almost we become working through our subconscious. Think of the last car journey that you had. Now, if it was a car journey when you were just learning to drive, you would have been really conscious of maybe the gears, maybe the steering, maybe the brakes, maybe traffic lights, maybe pedestrian crossings. You're aware of all those things now, but if you've been driving for some years, you're also able to free your mind up to think about other things because you're almost on autopilot. And that's the stage that you will get to at some point in the future around your forever business. So the things that seem scary now will become less and less scary as time goes on. So we're still only 4 months into the year. You assistant supervisors, you could be in a fantastic place by the time we get to near year end. So hook up with your sponsor, work with your upline groups, get engaged, get motivated, learn what you need to learn in order to be a successful forever business owner. And we look forward to recognizing you in our future recognition events. After assistant supervisor, the next goal or step that we recommend you focus on is achieving your 4 case credits. 4 case credits is one of the building blocks of a successful forever business. That means you are what we call active each month, 4 case credits active. 4 CCs is the minimum to be active. We have very many of you tuned in this evening that regularly do 6, 8, 10, 12 case credits personally each month. But 4 means that you can receive your downline bonuses. So we recommend that those of you who are new start to get one of the most important business habits actually, and that is to regularly be 4CC active. And those 4Ks credits can be made up in different ways. First way, of course, is we always recommend that you use the product yourself. It's very difficult to recommend something from the heart if you're not really engaged with it. And so becoming a product of the product, learning your favorite products, getting a strong emotional attachment to your favorite products will mean that over time, it's very, very comfortable to share why you feel so great on those products with other people. And that's why we describe this not as a selling business, but more as a personal recommendation business. And we're all capable of personally recommending something. You guys do it all the time, not just within Forever, but also outside of Forever. During lockdown, the thing that I've seen or heard mostly to be recommended is things that are on Netflix. Have you seen this program? Have you seen that series? This is fantastic. Now, when somebody says that to you, very often we're curious to go and take a look ourselves. And that's essentially the way that Forever business owners share the products with others. You know, I feel great because I take this. I do this and I feel great, so you should take a look at it. And that way you build your customer base. So your own personal consumption counts towards your 4Ks credits. The purchases from your customers, which if you haven't already got, you will get in the very near future by sharing your story and our story with others. That counts towards your 4Ks credits. And the final contributor towards your 4Ks credits is, of course, the people that you sponsor each month. We'll talk a little bit about more about that later on, but that's something else that we recommend that you do. So let's recognize those of you who are level 1 qualified at 4CCs. That means you have done 4Ks credits for 3 consecutive months. Too many names on this screen for me to shout them each out individually. But what I'd love to see in the chat box, assuming it's working now, is for you to be saying congratulations, not just to the people that you know on this screen, but the people you don't know too, because think back to when you were first level 1 4CC qualified. In fact, think back to when you did your first month of 4CCs. I clearly remember it, even though it was 27 years ago when I did my first month of 4Ks credits. When my sponsor said to me, you need to be 4Ks credit active, that to me at that point in time sounded like a mountain. But of course, when we start to do something over and over again, it becomes easier and easier and easier. So big shout out to our level 1 qualifiers. We've got a second screen of them here. Give you a chance to take a look at those names again, lots and lots of them. I'm glad to see there's some congratulations now coming in the chat box. It appears to be working now, which is fantastic to see. So congratulations to each and every one of you on the screen there. If you haven't already received it, will be receiving your pin in the post. Wear it with pride, because we can now go out. As of last Monday, we can go to restaurants and pubs. And of course, the shops are getting back to more normal. So wear the pin, because it's amazing how many people ask you, what's that pin on your lapel? Which of course gives us a fantastic opportunity to start chatting to people about the Forever opportunity. After level 1, you've guessed it, we've got level 2. This means these people have been 6 months consecutively active at 4Ks credits. Again, a great long list of them, too many to mention. And we've got a second slide coming up as well. So let me give you a couple of seconds to look at this list. Give a big shout out to anybody that you recognize or not on the list. We want to make them feel really proud of their achievements, because after 6 months, this is now a habit that you have formed. And I would imagine this is a habit you'll keep for the rest of your Forever career, because that will mean you're moving up the marketing plan. Second lot of level 2s there, 6 months. Congratulations to you guys. Now, of course, after 6 months, level 2, we have our level 3, which is 12 consecutive months. And I've seen the list of some of the attendees this evening. tuned into our recognition Zoom. Some of you guys have been 4CC active for literally decades, so that's good to see too. Level 3, 12 months. Congratulations to, again, a big group of people. Great to see that you have developed this success habit. We want to give you a big shout out from all the team at Longbridge Manor. Many, many congratulations on being 4CC active. As I've said, one of the most important building blocks of a substantial, stable, forever business. Okay, next on our recognition list, we are going to recognise our supervisors. So this is one step up from assistant supervisor. To become a supervisor, you need to generate 25 case credits in 1 or 2 consecutive months. And again, we've got a long list of people who we are recognising at supervisor. Many congratulations to you guys. Those of you who are regular attendees at our recognition event know that I always say, and I sincerely mean it, I believe that if you can go to supervisor, as long as you stay focused, as long as you stay committed to your business, as long as you continue to do the things that you know you need to do each day to build your business, and that is as simple as talking to people each day, looking after your existing customers, supporting your team, finding new team members. If you continue to do that, you can go from supervisor to wherever you want to go in the marketing plan. In fact, at our next level in the marketing plan, assistant manager, you'll see 75 case credits is needed to get to assistant manager. So if I'm a supervisor, smart thinking would say, if I find 1 or 2 other people like-minded like me, get them to supervisor, that will push me to assistant manager. In the meantime, congratulations to everybody on the screen here. And I'm hoping that we've got a couple of you to chat to in a second. Let me just let you look at the second slide there. I've forgotten to click the clicker, apologies. But again, a long list of people on slide 2 here. So congratulations to each and every one of you at the supervisor level. Now, I am hoping that we've got Sandra and Danielle online with us this evening. Let's start with you, Sandra. If you're with us, Sandra, are you on the line?
Yes, I'm here.
There
Hello.
I saw
Bob.
you earlier on. I'm glad you haven't left us already. That's a good start.
Okay, thank you very much. Hi, everybody.
How are you, Sandra?
I'm good, thank you.
Congratulations, firstly, from me and the team.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Where are you in the world?
I'm in the UK. I'm based in the UK.
Whereabouts though?
Manchester.
Manchester, okay.
Yeah.
I won't go into the football debate because I shall get abuse and I don't want to get abused, but one of my favourite teams plays in Manchester.
Oh, okay.
So tell us about you, Sandra. How long have you been in Forever?
Okay, I've been in Forever since last year, June 2020. June. Yeah.
So you are a lockdown baby then?
Yes, I am. Definitely am.
You've only ever known the restrictions of the COVID pandemic in which to build your business. And, you know, when I speak to people like you, and we have a growing number of business owners now that are moving through the plan in spite of the restrictions of the lockdown, I think you give a great deal of encouragement to anybody joining the business now, because if you can build a business with the restrictions of the COVID pandemic, that gives you great encouragement for when the world opens up a little bit in the future. So congratulations to you, Sandra. Tell us, what did you do before Forever?
Thank you. Okay, so I used to be senior sales advisor at Debenhams. And yes, that's what I used to do. And while I was at work, I was approached by Philippa Gard. And to be honest with you, I wasn't really interested at the time. So I gave her my email address. But after watching the presentation, I realized that I'm not new to Alu. And I decided that, yes, that's something that I've got the passion for. So I decided during lockdown, she met me in February. And then in June, I decided to buy my pack. And that is where I started from.
And I guess, you know, that was, you know, very fortunate in light of what happened, in the whole of the retail sector, actually, but in particular, of course, to Debenhams, which is at a really, really difficult time. So I would imagine the opportunity to be able to support yourself was, you know, well received by you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So tell us, you'd not done anything like this before. How did you find building your business in the pandemic?
Well, to be fair, no, I've not done anything like this before. I've done sales, but not networking, not online.
Okay.
Sales. So while I was in lockdown, when I decided to start it, I started reaching out to the people at church because I've got loads of people from church,
Yeah.
and my work colleagues, my family, and I just decided that I just started, and I just got the passion for it, and I just want to go, and then I thought the phone. I just have to keep ringing people, do follow up, use the product first of all.
Yeah.
Because when I use the product, that's when I know about it, as you said before.
Yeah.
And that's where I started really. And I find myself just keep going. Yeah.
One of the things that I'm sure you've already discovered, but there is this phrase that people buy people first. In other words, if we're energized, if we seem positive about something, then we will attract people who want to know what it is that we're so positive about. And I really get that sense, Sandra, from you that that you have already a strong emotional attachment to the product in particular.
Thank you. Yeah, definitely.
So tell us, which are your favorite ones? Which are your favorite products?
To be honest with you, it's the aloe berry drink.
Okay.
The berry, yeah, because what it is, I've got acid reflux and I've got IBS. And honestly speaking, since I've been drinking it since last year, I'm on no medication.
Okay.
No
Perfect.
medication. I'm just drinking my 60 milliliters every morning. I try not to go without it because I remember one day going to work and I forget to drink it. And then I just feel my stomach start to bloat. And I'm like, oh my days, my aloe berry nectar, I didn't drink it this morning. So that's my favorite one.
Yeah,
and I use majority of the products as well.
So you've already, even though you only joined in June, and I can see from my notes you've been 4cc active every month since June, you're already a product of the product.
Yes, definitely. With perseverance, commitment, I decided that yes. And my family, everybody at the house uses the aloe vera product as well. And the heat lotion, oh my days, I call it miraculous lotion.
Miraculous.
I just say miraculous lotion. It is so good. So I just say miraculous lotion. Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, you're a great testament to the product and the business, Sandra. You've got an amazing energy about you.
Thank you.
From all the team here, we want to congratulate you on achieving the position of supervisor. I'm sure this is just the start of a very exciting journey for you, but thanks for being online with us this evening and have the courage to share your story with our group. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you very much.
Take care, Sandra.
Okay, bye.
Hopefully I've got Daniel on as well this evening. He was on earlier. Daniel, are you there?
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Hi, Bob.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
We seem to speak on a regular basis now, you and I.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. I'm becoming a regular one now.
It's almost like a monthly chat, a monthly update I'm having from you as to how the world of Daniel is. Congratulations on making supervisor. Again, as I just said to Sandra, I'm sure this is just a stepping stone in an amazing journey for you. You joined actually even later than Sandra, I believe, October last year. So again, only really known rather restricted or restrictive trading environment in which we can only really be online, but you're building a significant business. So from all of us to you, many congratulations, Daniel. And, you've got a really, really positive mindset. We've got a number of new people online with us this evening. What would be your tips to them just getting started?
Well, as you said, I only joined in at the end of October and achieved the supervisor level within the first 4 months. And I'm really happy at the moment because we are working hard. And one of my downlines is about to become supervisor too any minute now. So it's great. I think the products are great. So the quality is second to none. So I think if you share it with as many people as possible, you're going to be really successful. And my business is also international.
Okay.
So I like the opportunity that you can build your business in over 160 countries. And I speak 2 languages as well. Actually, my uplines are Hungarian, and one of my uplines is a diamond manager, Miklós Berkic. So it's really good that, and also over here, obviously, you have so many people from different countries. So
Yeah.
when you get to know them and you start working with them, you can go to other countries where they are originating from. So yeah, it's amazing, to be honest, and I love the products too.
Yeah, I mean, a big part of Europe and the UK in particular is so multicultural now that it's, it's easy to build an international business. When I think about that opportunity, Daniel, the fact that, relatively new in your business career, you can immediately build an international business at pretty much zero cost. That's amazing when you compare that to traditional business, isn't it? Where it would cost an absolute fortune to have an office in this country and an office in that country and another country. And you're doing that from the comfort of your home. So what countries have you currently got business in?
I got business in Hungary, obviously, UK, Germany, and it looks like I'm gonna have a customer soon from Switzerland. So she's sort of on and off because she likes the presentation and everything, but she's so busy, so we didn't get to the registration yet. But yeah, four countries so far, and I really like that. It was such a small investment to start this business, and it wasn't even a real investment because we get products for our money. Because I used to have a traditional business where I lost over 40,000 pounds. So I know what it's like to take a big risk and a big investment. So I think Forever is a really good opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I understand that for some people joining the business, the £199 is a significant investment, but you're absolutely right. When you compare it to what you would need to invest in just about any other traditional business, it's a very, very small risk. And as you say, you get products for that and you've got the money back guarantee on the product. So it's a relatively low risk for what is an amazing opportunity. And by the sounds of things, you're opening up in a new country about every second month, because I think you've only been going since October. So you'll have the world conquered in no time at all. What's encouraging also, Daniel, to speak to you is, you've just told us all that you've got somebody in your downline that's about to become a supervisor. So you're obviously, becoming successful at not just sharing product, but also sponsoring and mentoring people. So, well done to you. What would you say to the newer people, even newer than you are, that are online with us this evening? What words of advice would you give them, based on the time that you've been in the business?
Well, I mean, I think, if you join one of these evenings or you get familiar with the system and with the products, that there is such a big background. It's since 1978. So if something's been working for so long, I believe you can't really go wrong. And as you say, it's such a low investment. To be honest, as I have customers from other countries, UK is one of the best because the starter journey costs around £400 in every other country. So this is also something to think about as well. So I think, watch one of these evenings, try a few of the products. I think the best option is to join with the Start Your Journey pack, because even if you don't planning to build a business at the moment, but you will have the opportunity later on. So, and obviously the 30% discount. So yeah.
Yeah, good advice, Daniel. And you're right. You just pointed out that the UK is just about the cheapest option to get started with the 2cc box. And that's because we're the only country in Europe that has a set of regulations around network marketing, which means £200 is the maximum that anybody can invest in the first 7 days. But you're right, in Hungary, even in one of my other countries, the Republic of Ireland, it's nearly €400 to get started. So it's relatively inexpensive in the UK. So Daniel, what's on your goal list for the rest of this year? We're only 4 months in. Where will you be by Christmas, do you think?
Well, I'll be honest, my goal is to become manager by that time. And I got 4 active fronts as well. So like I said, one of them is becoming a supervisor any minute now. So I think with focusing on the basics to build a strong base, and if we have harmony in our team, then I will definitely achieve that level this year.
Yeah, I've got no doubt that you will, just by the time we spent talking to each other over the last month. So I'm sure that you'll do that. And of course, you've got a great deal of inspiration around you in your Hungarian leg with Miklos, who's one of the leading FBOs in the world, with an amazing story of a lifestyle that people would be very envious of. And of course, lots and lots of UK-based successful leaders as well. And for me, you know, when I look at newer people like yourself getting started, it's great that we've got so many great examples for you to take inspiration from all around you. So from us here in the studio and from the wider staff team, congratulations, Daniel, on being supervisor. We look forward to recognising you as manager at some point in the very near future. Thanks for being online with us this evening.
Thank you very much.
Take care, mate. So as always, with the interviews that we do and the stories that we hear, a great deal of great advice on to how to build a business, a great deal of inspiration from these people. And I hope you get the same sense that I do. You know, the people that we are interviewing and the people that we are recognizing really are enthusiastic, they're committed. You can just get a sense that, you know, they're energized about their business. And as we said earlier on, you know, people do buy people first. And if you can be energized, excited, committed to what you're doing, you will attract people. You know, of course, we're always going to have people along the way that don't see what we see, don't get value from the products, don't really want to be engaged with us. And that would be true of any business, any other business that we were involved in. That's just part of the business landscape, that you can't please all the people all the time. You can't have everybody as your customer. So difficult as that can be in the early months for you to get to terms with, just get to the point where you don't take those things personally, because the vast majority of people that you talk to will love our products, and very many people will also love the opportunity to be in business for themselves and recognize that it's not just about the brand itself. You are your own brand. So what does brand Bob look like? What does brand Daniel look like? What does brand Sandra look like? You know, apply that to some self-analysis of yourself. You know, when you're out there talking to potential customers or potential team members, are you presenting an exciting brand that people would like to be connected with? That's part of the success of building any business. So we just heard from our supervisors. We're now going to recognize our assistant managers. We already referenced this slot. 75 case credits over 1 or 2 consecutive months gets you to assistant manager, just one step away from manager. It's an exciting place to be. And of course, as we've already said, we're only 4.5 months into the year. So a great opportunity to really build on this position for the rest of the year. So congratulations to Anna and to Lindsay. And I'm hoping that we've got Lindsay online with us this evening to chat to. Are you there, Lindsay?
Hello, you okay?
I'm very well. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Now, we already heard in the sound check, you are somewhere on your holidays, aren't you?
We are indeed. Yeah, we're in Norfolk at the moment. So yeah, nice.
I hope the weather's going to be a little bit better than it's been here for the day, but I'm sure you'll have fun. You're there with your family?
Yeah. So husband and 2 kids. So yeah, we're loving it. It's been we've been quite lucky with the weather as well. Bit of rain, but it's been pretty dry really. So it's good.
Oh, that's good to hear. So tell us about the family. You've got 2 kids. What age are they?
Yeah, they are 3 and nearly 2.
2 and 3. Oh, so you have a very, very busy family.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't stop for air much.
I, earlier on this week, had just a few hours with 2 of my grandsons, an 8-year-old and a 7-year-old. And I was reminded how, well, I don't know, just how busy you are as a parent. I'd forgotten that because mine are grown up now, but having the grandkids for a few hours just reminded me. So it must be absolutely manic in your house.
Yeah, most of the time. Yeah, we're used to it now though.
So one of the things I like about talking to people like yourself, Lindsay, is that sometimes I hear people say to me, oh, I'd be too busy to build a business. Now, it's very obvious that you're extremely busy, but you are building a successful business. So for the benefit of the new people online with us this evening, how do you manage to find the time to juggle the kids, a husband, and a forever business?
I think it's just you've got to want it to make yourself, to do it. I think you've got to just be effective with the time that you have got. Like say, I haven't got a lot of time every day. We're away on holiday at the moment, so I've been conscious that I do want to touch my business every day because I do want to, obviously next step for me is going to be manager. So if I want that, I've got to commit to doing that now. But it's just using your time wisely. Like we've had quite a few days out and stuff, so I've just had my diary, had my phone, had my folders and stuff in the car, and I've just been doing it, back into to days out and things. So it's just about being smart with your time, I think.
So it's about, by the sound of things, being organised. Firstly, you've mentioned you've got your folders,
definitely.
you've got your phone, so you've got the things around you, so that when you've got those small pockets of time, you can dive straight in. You haven't got to think, where's this, where's that.
That's it. Yeah, 100%.
And then do you actually, I mean, obviously you're on a holiday at the moment, so it's a little different in a holiday week, but in a normal work week, would you also schedule times when you're going to do your forever business, or do you just do it as and when? Yeah,
definitely. I've kind of got into a bit of a routine, if you like. There's a few certain things that I do, 5 minutes in the morning before I, get the kids up and things. And then I'll do things, at lunchtime. There's certain things I do every day at lunchtime. And then, in the evening, I have a bit more time as well. So I've always kind of map out my week. Every Sunday night I kind of sit down on a Sunday evening and like plan my time for the week. I know my day job hours, I know when I want to get to the gym, I know what the kids' activities are, I know where my time is. And I think once you get into a routine of that, this just becomes part of that routine. So to me now, to not touch my forever business wouldn't feel right, because it's just part of my daily routine now. That's what I do.
I don't know whether you would agree with me, but again, sometimes I get the feeling that people think that, the 5 minutes there or 15 minutes there or half an hour there can't be effective. But the reality is, if you do that on a consistent basis, it can be effective, can't it?
Yeah, 100%. Like you don't need, hours and hours solidly on this, like you've just said, 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there. By the end of the day, you can have got a lot of productive work done in those kind of 10-minute pockets throughout the day.
I think the thinking comes from the fact that very many people have had, a conventional job for so long that they think I've got to put an 8-hour shift in or 6-hour shift, whatever it is, in order to do the job. But the reality is, and you're a great example of this, juggling multiple things, but I've got 10 minutes there, I've got half an hour there, I've got 40 minutes there. You can be really effective in that time as long as you're organized and as long as you're disciplined.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. And I think if you know the reason, why you're coming into this and what your end goals are and what you want to achieve from it, then that makes it a lot easier as well. I think like once you're connected with that, it's a lot easier to kind of commit to that time and to put that into it.
So let's just talk about that for 1 second then, because I know again from experience that sometimes when people join Forever Living and their sponsor says to them, or they read somewhere about goal setting and having a dream board and stuff like that, sometimes that can be really alien to people because they've never been exposed to that before or asked to do that before. What was your impression of that when you first came into Forever?
I was one of them people. My upline kind of, mentioned about goal boards and all that kind of stuff. And I laughed at her. I'm not doing all that. That's not me. I'm not doing it. Not interested.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think as you kind of move further into this and, you access the training and, all the successful people kind of talk about this. And once I did connect with it myself as well, like I saw the change in my business, but I was definitely one of them people. So, like you say, people that are maybe quite new watching tonight, it is something that I did brush to one side, I think, at the start, and it probably did hold me back a little bit, but it's definitely something that is important to do.
And let's face it, it is perfectly normal to have that reaction because, very rarely through our life before at school or from parents have we had somebody say, in fact, we've often had the opposite. I remember at school teachers saying, stop daydreaming, so stop dreaming. And yet we say, start dreaming. It's very confusing, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're one step away from manager, Lindsay. Is that on your goal board for this year?
Yeah, 100%. If not this month, it will be next month.
Okay, perfect. Well, you've just committed to loads of people online this evening. Of course, that's another significant step of setting goals is to share those goals with trusted people, because that way you become more accountable. So I'm sure with the energy that I
Putting out
feel
there.
from you, you'll be there. We really appreciate you being online with us this evening, particularly in view of the fact you're supposed to be on holiday. So
No, that's okay.
what I recommend you do now is get a beer for the husband and a glass of wine for yourself, and
Yeah, I'm
enjoy
smiling
the
for
rest
that
of your
one.
holiday. Yeah, congratulations from us to you, and
Thank you so
thanks
much.
so much for being with us this evening, Lindsay. Take care.
And you, thank you.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Now, there's some commitment, eh? On holiday in Norfolk and still with us online this evening, sharing some great tips around finding your reason why. And so, as Lindsay just said, and I articulated, you know, sometimes that can be rather an alien concept to those of you new logged on this evening, but I'd encourage you to work with your sponsor and your upline to just start taking those first steps to try and clarify what it is you would like from your business. You know, if you think about if you'd started a conventional business, particularly if you'd needed to borrow money for your conventional business, the bank or whoever would have asked you for a business plan. And I guess a dream board or a goal sheet is very similar to that. It's what do I want my business to look like in 3 months' time, in 6 months' time, in a year's time, and if possible, when you get more comfortable with it, 5 years or more. I was talking online at the Irish recognition event last night to a lady who said she had given her sponsor a letter that highlighted or identified a day in her life in the future. And that's a really powerful way of just getting clarity about why it's important for us to do something. Because as we've heard this evening, sometimes it is about fitting our forever business into the nooks and crannies of our life. And we often have to do that until the income from our forever business is enough to be our sole income. And then we obviously have a lot more flexibility over our time. But in the early months or years, it can be that you're juggling kids, you're juggling the school run, you're juggling a full-time or part-time job, you're juggling the relationships of your family, and you've still got to find time to build a business. You'll only do that if there's a reason why you want to do that. And that reason needs to be something that inspires you and motivates you to fill those 10 minutes or that half an hour or that hour with income producing activity. So making calls, reaching out, sharing your story and our story with everybody that you meet. So some great tips. Many thanks there to Sandra, Daniel and Lindsay so far. So, okay, what have we got next on our list this evening? We've got the next step on the marketing plan, which is our manager recognition. And it's the first step actually on the marketing plan, where you've got a couple of options as to how you can become a manager. The first way is, again, the 2-month way, which is to do 120 case credits in 1 or 2 consecutive months. The second way is 150 case credits across a maximum of 4 consecutive months. Doesn't matter which way you choose. It depends more about the way your business is structured and the momentum that you've got. Either way is fine. So congratulations to the people that we see on the screen here at the manager level. You are at the top of the pay plan now in terms of the maximum discount personally. And of course, you're now picking up the team leader bonus, and your team's likely to be looking more substantial now, well on the way to financial independence. So congratulations. What I hope personally for you is that you see this now as the start of the next journey. I know from experience over the years that when we sign that business owner form, the goal is I want to get to manager. You should be really, really proud of your achievements that you've got there. All I ask of you now is cast your eye forward as to what's possible now I'm at manager, because there are some incentives that you could not access before you got to manager that you can now access. Things like the Eagle Manager Program. And we are right at the start of the qualification period for next year's Eagle Managers. We're in the first month, so that could be on your goal list. And maybe, depending on the structure of your business, the chairman's bonus program is something that you can start to put your eye on for the future. So I wish you every success there. Now, I think we should have Veronica as our list here online with us this evening as well. Now, I'm going to try this name.
Hello.
We did this before, Veronica. I'm going to see if I've got
Yes.
better with your name. Veronica
Moisa Gavrilica. Hello. Thank you so much.
I still failed miserably with the name. I'm not getting
No,
any
please
better.
don't worry.
You're getting better because you're moving up the marketing plan, but I'm getting no better because I still can't pronounce your name.
Don't worry, it's absolutely fine. Thank you so much.
Congratulations on achieving manager. We never had any doubt that you would. We've spoken to you a couple of times previously. You've always got a
Yes.
brilliant energy. So
Thank you
from
so
all of
much.
us to you, well done.
Thank you.
So Veronica, what is next for you now, having achieved manager? Where
Eagle
do you want to-
manager plan, of course.
Eagle manager. So that's on
Yeah.
your goal list, is it?
Yes, it is. And Dr. Maura, thanks God, she's very kind. She's very, supportive. And always she encouraged me to be more disciplined, to attend to the Zoom meetings, to entrain my team, to be good model for my team, because this is very important if you want to for your team to be
Continue to
be
build,
nurturing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I know you already know this, but for the benefit of some of the newer people online, it is about, our business is always about leading by example. So, you know,
Yes.
the example we give to others, they will follow. And it's always about what they see us do rather than what we say we're going to do. So there's
I
a
agree.
difference between the two.
I
Now,
agree completely.
you might have heard I spoke to Daniel a little earlier on this evening, and I know you also have an international
Yes,
business.
it's true.
So
Yes, it's
tell us which countries you're in.
Germany, I have there the supervisor, Catalina.
Okay.
She's very motivated, and I'm sure she will achieve more soon. Then I have Bulgaria, I have in Hungary, I have in Belgium, I have in Spain.
Wow.
So I extend in Romania, of course, because there I started. Yeah, in Romania, I have the most of the people. Plus in UK.
As I said to Daniel, you know, even though I've been in this business for 27 years, I still sometimes have to pinch myself as to the scale of the opportunity. And yourself and Daniel and others are great examples of what's possible. You know, you're in multiple countries across multiple languages, all
True.
run from your home.
Yes. This actually is the most motivated when I speak with someone and I tell them this company are giving this opportunity. You have, after you join, after you buy the package, you have immediately this opportunity to have the people from everywhere. This is very good point for them. Believe me,
Yeah.
It's something open for them.
I think it's rather unique actually to Forever and to our industry, the ability to be able to almost from day one create a branch in Spain,
Yes.
a branch in Romania, a branch in Germany, and
This
you know
is absolutely fantastic.
and you know, and as your business develops and you know, as the world opens up and we can again get on aeroplanes and fly places, imagine the fun you'll have with a big team in Germany and a big team in Spain. You'll never be short of places to go, will you?
Yes, it's true. Even where I am working, because in our company in Belgravia, I work there, Center Hair Loss Clinic. So I have people from everywhere. So it's amazing to contact with them, and it's easy like that when you have people from different country, different culture, mentality.
Yeah.
You can, and expectation is completely differently.
It's amazing. It's amazing. So, Veronica, what would you say to our new people online this evening? What advice would you give them?
To speak with many people about the company, but first of all, they have to be the best customer.
Yeah.
This is priority. Then you have to speak with the people with which products you are using. This is another one. And if you contact with someone from your list, because it's very good to be disciplined and to have the list in your diary and to contact the people.
Yeah.
If someone says maybe they are thinking, don't cross that person ever. Only when they are in registry, cross that person, never earlier.
Yeah.
Because in 4 or 5 months, they can be in your team. I have many times this experience. Sometimes after 4 or 5 months, they decided to join.
Yeah.
So never give up.
Never give up. There's a well-known phrase that's it's the fortune is in the follow-up, and you've just really illustrated that very well. You know, we might talk to somebody about the product, or we might talk to somebody about the business, and the timing isn't quite right for them at that
Yes.
point in time. But if we can keep that door open and keep the relationship, then who knows? And you mentioned it could be 4 or 5 months. I've known scenarios where it could be 4 or 5 years. where
Exactly. So
somebody's
maintain with that person. Never say, oh, don't answer instead of them, first of all, and be very positive and keep contact because never knows. In one day they will come. They will follow you.
Another important point that you made there is the importance of keeping records. You said, you know, you've got your database there. It's really, really important to do that.
Very important to
keep notes about the conversations that you've had
in which date
with people and what date. And it doesn't really matter, you know, if you're not very digital, whether you do that in a written format or whether you do it. Yeah, it doesn't matter as long as you have it, because the important thing is you can refer back to it, remember the conversations, remember things about them, because it is about building relationships, and that
so true.
Sometimes doesn't happen overnight. Sometimes it takes months or years. So
true. So yeah.
So Veronica, from us to you, very many congratulations on achieving manager.
So
I know we're going to see you in the future at Eagle and other things, but for now, enjoy the recognition, and thanks for being online with us this evening.
Thank you so much.
Take care, Veronica.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I hope that those of you, particularly those of you new online with this evening, have enjoyed and taken some great pointers from the interviews that we've had so far, some great tips weaved into the dialogue there about, you know, being motivated by your goals. So in other words, finding out what it is that you're really wanting to build your business for, goal setting, getting that as crystal clear as you can. We heard about being disciplined with your time. So if you are time poor, meaning you're juggling lots of things, you know, find those little pockets of time, and don't underestimate the value of even having 10 minutes on a regular basis. The important thing is that it's a regular basis. You know, one of the things about our business is about doing things consistently and regularly, because the more often we do something, the more comfortable we become in doing it. And we've heard some really, really great things. Now, our business is about parallel tracks, and we've heard many people this evening talk about finding the customers, being a product of the product. That's one of the tracks. The second track we've talked a little bit about finding team members and helping develop them. We're going to get some tips now from a person who was the number one in our open business last year and is one of our top recruiters currently in the country. Her name's Claire Massey. Along with her family and Gary, she's building a significant business. Claire, you are there. I can see you on screen now. Thank you for being with us this evening, and thank you for offering to share some of your great advice on how to sponsor people. So we'll turn the time over to you. Thank you, Claire.
Thank you so much for having me. I am about to share my screen with you. I'm hoping this will very quickly work. Here we go. Thank you for having me on. You know, I will say that when I was asked if I would come and share some tips, of course, I love giving back. And I asked kind of roughly how much time we had to cover it. And I was told 7 to 8 minutes. And I was like, wow, okay, 7 to 8 minutes. Let's see what we can do here, because the topic of recruitment for me is so exciting. It's my favourite topic to talk about, and it's my favourite thing to do with my forever business. But there's a lot to it. And so my worry, and I am nervous doing this tonight in this kind of time and making sure I get enough across to you. I want to make sure that you pick up some hints and tips. I lost my train of thought there. I want to make sure you pick up some hints and tips. So I've gone kind of right back to basics, which is, I think, hopefully going to be helpful for a lot of people, because it's really easy to overcomplicate this and the business cycle. And actually what we need to do to be sharing this business with people is really, really simple. And a lot of it, I think, is just about being yourself. So I will share with you a little bit about some of the basics of how to bring people into your business. And I personally think that all starts with understanding your reason why. So it's common to come in and start your forever business or revisit your goals if you're a bit more experienced and have a look at what you want to achieve out of this. And if that's more than £200 to £400 a month, we know then that we're going to be recommending products, but we're also going to be developing a team. So that it's understanding that's okay. But why then do you need to be consistently introducing people into your business? So I personally think it's really important to have a specific goal that's based around recruitment. Now, when I look back to on my journey to manager, and I have continued with the goal in the 7 years I've had my business, that was all linked to the team building incentive. I won't and haven't got time to go into that too much, but go check it out on Forever Knowledge and understand what you need to do to qualify and be recognised for the team building incentive. It's such an important incentive, and it's been put there for a reason, not to catch us out, but to help us focus on consistently bringing new people into our business. Maybe it might not be that for you though. You know, maybe it's that you know, you want to share the gift with people. I know that sounds really cheesy. We do have a gift to offer. It's almost like it's rude not to share this business, isn't it? How many people can you help start their business? Set yourself a goal each month, and you know, it's a joy, isn't it? And it's a pleasure to help somebody to get up and running and watch them start to see those small wins and tick off the things that they set out to achieve. So I think it is literally, you could even have a little separate goal board if you wanted. Why do you need to recruit? Why is that important? What's the goal around recruitment? Is it a number of people you want to recruit? Is it the number of people that you want to see in your team recognised tonight? I'm absolutely beaming with the number of people that we've seen from my team, and everybody be recognised tonight. It's amazing, and it just shows it really is a gift. So as it says there, a goal without a plan is just a wish. It's all very well on your monthly volume map saying that you want to recruit people. I want to recruit how many and why, because then you're going to have a connection to it. You're going to have that motivation to do to bring these new people in. Now, hopefully you'll be familiar with this. This is the Forever Living business building cycle. And that's my first tip, really, or my second, is to familiarise yourself with this. I remember early on in my business, we were tested. What does it say in each of those 4 segments on that business building cycle? We've got to learn it. It's not too much to understand. It really is simple when you look at it. So it's about having a list of people initially that we know, which I will talk about. We're then looking at contacting them to see if there's an interest there, show them an overview. If they want some more information, I let them see a business presentation. And then if they like what they see, help them to get started. And I personally love the paragraph that's next to that business building cycle. So I am going to read it out because I know it's probably small on your screen. It says, speed is of the essence and recruiting is essential. Your business will grow in direct proportion to the speed at which you implement this cycle. To achieve your goal, it's vital that over the first 12 months, you create momentum by sharing the opportunity with as many people as possible. This will create the energy, excitement, and success you desire. We all know how that feels to bring, if you've recruited already, we all know how that feels to bring someone new into your business. And it's about, I love the phrase, marry the process and divorce the outcome. So by marry the process, you can see it's there. If you're working this business part-time, you're going to be contacting or asking 2 to 5 people per day to come and have a look at what you do. If you're working it full-time, 5 to 10 contacts. Now, often that's where we fall apart a little bit because we then worry, what will that person think? Will it be for them or probably not for them? That's overcomplicating it. All we have to do is see if there's an interest there. We're not going to hassle or bug people. That's it. That's the process we need to marry. Understand this business cycle. And if people will allow us, I'll take them around it. The faster you want your business to grow, the quicker you want to get to manager or supervisor or legal or whatever the goal is, the more people you need to contact and attempt to take round that cycle. People by people. And we've heard that said tonight already, is so true, isn't it? Did you know that it's an actual stat? The number one reason why people join a network marketing company is the person that sells them it, the person that introduces them to it, the person who shows them how it works. This is why we're asked to start by writing a who do you know list. Now, if you're brand new to your business, please, if you take away nothing else tonight but this, please write a who do you know list. I didn't do this. When I first started my business, I had the excuse of, I've got an 8-week-old baby. I haven't got time to write names on a piece of paper. It's exactly what I said to my mentor. I had no idea that this would be the most important document in my whole business. If you're not new to the business, go and revisit it. I bet you can expand on it. And the reason this will be important to you is because these are the people that you've already got some kind of relationship, whether that's a great relationship or from way back, or you know them loosely. There's this idea of personal recommendation, isn't it? Not just with the products, is if they know you and trust you and listen to you, they're probably going to come and listen to what you have to say. When we've got a list, a really, really, really great list, we then need to make contact with people. And my tip is, I suppose, to make contact with these people how you usually would. If it would be really odd for you to ring them, don't. If it'd be really odd for you to send them an email, don't. Do it how you usually would. And there's a quick example there. Hi Lisa, I'm not sure if you know, but I've just started a new business and I thought of you. If I was able to show you a way, it's one of my favourites. If I was able to show you a way of working from home alongside the children, or whatever their hot button might be, would you be interested in knowing more? No worries if not. Always given out. Be great to hear from you either way. That's quite a cool message, I think. I think it's a good one. And what's the worst that's going to happen? The worst that's going to happen, you just never know what that person's circumstances actually are, what their financial situation is, how much time they haven't got, how much personal development they crave, how much or how successful they'd like to feel outside of being a mum. That was me. You just don't really know. And so, as I said earlier, we've got something incredible to offer people. It's actually rude not to share it with them, I think. And there it is, marry the process. When we've identified the people perhaps that week that we want to share the business with, and we've made contact with them, the fact is, some will and some won't. Some will come and have a look, some won't be open to. Some will come and join your team, some won't. That's normal. If you find you've got a lot of people saying no to you, keep going, you're doing the right thing. Sometimes people say to me, oh Claire, no one's interested, no one wants to join my team. What I love to ask them is, how many no's have you had? If you've had 2 or 3, you're simply not contacting enough people. It is about speaking to enough people. And remember, you've got to do this activity consistently. Bob's just talked about that. Certainly recruitment activity will have roughly a 6 to 8 week lead time. I love it, certainly with social media, which I'll talk to you about in a moment. Sometimes when you've maybe asked someone or sown a seed to see if they want to come and have a look at the business, if you're using social media effectively, give them something to watch. You may find that in 6 to 8 weeks they've seen, actually, do you know what, Claire, maybe I will have a look, and you may find that happens. And we've heard again just from Veronica there that the fortune is in the follow-up. 6 years is my record. Don't give up on people. Don't cross people off your who do you know list. Keep that profile sheet in your filing system. Be nice to people. We're paid to be nice to people. And if you come from a place where we're not going around looking for people with 2 case credits on their foreheads, we're coming from a place where we really feel like we have something that could be really great for them, and that we would love to help them change the circumstances or whatever it is that they might let on that they might be looking for. So it is just about committing to that level of activity, your job description, what is consistent to you, what number of people are you going to contact per week, how fast do you want to get to your goal, committing to it. Yes, and the activity tracker is a fantastic document to review how you're doing, to review perhaps whether you're speaking to enough people or not, to review how effective you are at taking people around the business cycle, your communication process. I love the activity tracker for that. So obviously we've contacted someone, we're trying to see there's an interest there. If there is, we then need to decide how we're going to get the information to them. So what tools are in your toolkit? I personally absolutely love the phone call. And again, I've just looked at my clock, we're way over the 8 minutes. I don't have time to share that with you, but because I build my business around 3 young children, I've got 3 girls, the 5-minute phone call has been really, really brilliant for me. I love it. I love being able to continue the relationship with somebody, to turn a cold market prospect a little bit warmer, and then arrange to get some information to them however we both see fit. So that might be using the one-to-one document, whether that's now over a coffee because we can, whether that's using Zoom, whether you're letting them see a business presentation, are they tuning into the company one, do your team have one, are you going to deliver the business presentation to them? And also your mentor, you may have the opportunity for your mentor to come and share some information with that person if you're new-ish or new to the business. I mentioned social media before, and I just think, whilst I can hear myself say previously, you know what, you don't have to have social media to build a business here. Forever Living's 43 years old. I don't think Facebook was around 43 years ago. You don't have to, but it really helps. It really, really helps. It can be your virtual business card. You know, when you've contacted somebody, if you use social media on whatever platform that is, my advice is find one and become really good at it. You can give people something to watch. So in between that time when you've contacted them and asked them to have a look, and maybe the timing wasn't right, or they didn't manage to get back to you, or they've said no thank you, what can you show them about you and your excitement and your enthusiasm for what you do and the other people that you work with and what they're achieving? Because it's so interesting. I love it. Sometimes we'll pop something on Facebook and I'll get a couple of messages back. Hi Claire, sorry I haven't been in touch. I just wondered if we could arrange that quick chat. And that's because they've seen something that's of interest to them on my social media, or just made them think, actually, all right, maybe she seems okay, maybe I will chat to her. It really is like your shop window. And I go down my social media platform every week and I ask myself, am I interesting? Am I intriguing? Would I join myself? Would I want to ask myself questions about what I do? And actually, my social media became a bit of accountability, if you like, because I realised then that people were watching me, and people will be watching you, whether they like, interact, comment on your post or not. They're watching. It's incredible, actually, what people will say once they have joined my team. Claire, I've watched you for years, and that's really powerful, isn't it? It's a free tool to be able to, build that relationship. It's amazing. So, of course, we will start with an original Who Do You Know list with an original network. Some will have bigger networks than others. I personally started with a very small network, but actually, it's all about making new friends, isn't it? The aim is to never get to the bottom of your Who Do You Know list. We are paid to make friends, to make new connections. We're paid to network. This business is network marketing. So I do pride myself on the number of new connections I make each month. So at the bottom of my Who Do You Know list, I write May or June coming up, and I want to look and see how many new connections have I made that month, because that's longevity. To me, I'm okay with the fact that this business won't be right for everyone or the right time for people. And so I have to have people saying no to me. If I haven't, I'm not doing my job properly. And so I want to know that I am speaking and connecting with enough new people so that I always have new people to contact and always have people to follow up with. It really is, if you worry whether this business will last or not, if you can rely on yourself to make these new connections, it absolutely will, no doubt. So I'll leave you double the time that I was supposed to take with my top tips to just be you in this communication process and be cool. We're not desperate. We're not at all. And actually, it isn't about you. When you send that message out to someone to ask them to come and have a look at the business opportunity, it's all about them. They're not interested in you. They're actually just interested in what's in it for them. Master 3 recruiting methods. How is it that you're going to add names to Who Do You Know list, and get really, really good at 3 of them, and make sure that they're on your 7-day plan every single week or every single month. I've already mentioned it. Follow the team building incentive is definitely a top tip of mine. Marry that process. Divorce the outcome. The fortune is in the follow-up. The work you're doing now isn't wasted. The seeds that you're sowing now, it's really, really exciting for who might come back to you in the future. I hope that whistle-stop tour of how I recruit has been helpful. I actually enjoyed delivering that presentation after all the worry that I wouldn't be able to fit it in and add value. So I hope that's been helpful. Thank you for having me on.
Great job, Claire. And I'm sorry that we put you under so much time pressure. I honestly could listen to you talk on this subject for a lot longer. So we need to invite you back at a time when we have more time to give. But some great tips there. Thank you so much. You used a phrase at one point that you should look at the sharing of the opportunity as a gift that we're offering others and not to prejudge. And last night on our Ireland recognition event, we had exactly this conversation with a young lady who I think we were recognizing as manager last night, but I'd certainly interviewed her more than once. And she had her own beauty salon. And somebody had the courage to reach out to her and share the opportunity. And she said she was so grateful because whilst from the outside looking in, it looked as if she was happy and she'd got a successful salon, et cetera, et cetera. She said she was so time poor that, you know, having an opportunity like Forever where she could get that balance was fantastic. And you just reminded me of that when you referred to this as a gift, because if we can see it in that way, then that overcomes often the hesitation that we sometimes have in approaching others because we think, oh, they're going to think we're interfering or, you know, we're pushy. And I think you do that so well. So thank you so much for sharing those with us. I'm sure everybody has got a lot from it, but particularly the new people.
Thank you for having me.
Before I let you go, Claire, we are at the end of this recognition seminar this evening going to recognise our new leadership team, and you are one of the new members of the leadership team. So just as you're online, just wanted to personally congratulate you for being part of the 2021 leadership team. So thank you for this evening and all the best for the coming months.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Take care, Claire. So I hope you all enjoyed that session, and we will get Claire back to do a more extended version of that. She, in 2020, was one of our top recruiters, and 2021 is again near the top of that league table. So somebody with a great deal of expertise and, of course, a very, very important part of our business development. And that's the next section that we're going to recognise, actually, our team building incentive, which was designed to recognise and encourage you to carry on sponsoring people. We're looking at level 1 on the screen at the moment, where we're recognizing people who've sponsored at least 6 assistant supervisors in the previous 3 months. So good long list of you online there. Congratulations. We encourage each and every one of you to have sponsorship and recruitment as, you know, one of your key goals each month. And Claire just said, you know, it's important to have a recruitment goal. So if you don't have that in place yet, maybe over the next few days, think about how many people are you going to set yourself as a minimum to sponsor each month and as a maximum to sponsor each month, and just work towards that. Because as we've already said several times this evening, having that goal, having that focus means that we are more likely to move forward. So congratulations to all of our level 1s there. We've now got our level 2 qualifiers, 12 assistant supervisors in 6 months. Congratulations again. You know, our business, we've heard this phrase this evening, is about consistency, a very consistent message going on at level 2. And finally, level 3, Lisa Prescott, who was our top recruiter in 2020, I think sponsored over 70 new people in 2020. Again, leading by example here, 24 assistant supervisors in the previous 12 months. So congratulations to Lisa at level 3. On to our next incentive, which is called the Forever to Drive incentive. This is based on volume and the ability to earn extra money that you can put towards anything you like, but we call it Forever to Drive because very many of you have put it towards funding your car for the future. So at level 1 here, we have Ghazala Banani, an extra £263 per month coming into your bank account for the next 36 months. To qualify at level 1, you can see on the top of the screen there, 50 cc's in month 1, 100 cc's month 2, 150 cc's in month 3. So congratulations to Ghazala. Next up, we have our club incentive. So this is about, for those of you who are manager focusing or continue to focus on your open business. So if you're manager with a manager, the CCs outside of any manager legs you have is what we call your open business. And we know from history that those of you who have strong open businesses have dynamic growing businesses. And so we're going to recognize in our 50cc club to start off with at level 1, Ruth Panton, 50 cc's in personal and non-manager business for a consecutive 3 months. Congratulations to Ruth. Next, we have our 100 club. So, of course, level 3. We've got a level 3. Should read my notes. Philo, congratulations, level 3, 50 cc's for 12 consecutive months. Again, the word consistency springs to mind here. And the next up, I think we've got our 100 club. So 100 cc's in open business at level 2, 6 months consecutive at 100 cc's. Bethan Jones, of course, a girl, one of our rising stars that we've interviewed a number of times in the past week. So congratulations to Bethan. Hopefully our last interview of the evening is still online with us. Ruth, are you there?
Hi, Bob.
I can see you. Congratulations on qualifying on the 50cc club. Very well done to you.
Thank you very much.
Where are you? Tell us where you live.
Wakefield in West Yorkshire.
Wakefield in West Yorkshire. Okay, well, for the benefit of the new people online with us this evening, maybe tell us a little bit about your Forever journey. When did you get started with us?
I'm actually coming up to my 2-month anniversary at the end of this month. So it'll be 2 months at the end of May that I've been in with the company. So
That's
yeah.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Yeah.
And what did you do before?
Well, I still do. So so I'm still running Forever alongside the day job, as I refer to it. I'm a PA to a site director at the Europe's largest manufacturing site.
Okay.
So
a busy job then, I would imagine.
It is, yeah. And I mean, it is something that I suppose I'm thinking about at the minute whilst I try and juggle everything. But I've done it so far, and I've got to where I am still doing it both. I'm still looking after the family and everything else. So for now it's staying where it is.
You're another example of something we just talked about on a couple of interviews, actually, and I just referenced it to Claire. Perhaps, somebody looking in at your world prior to Forever would have thought that you weren't possibly looking for another business or a business opportunity, being the PA to a senior exec. So what was it that inspired you to join Forever?
For the discount, Bob.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm one of those that joined for the discount and then saw the opportunity for what it was, really. I don't want to go into too much history, but yeah, so I started using the products. I got invited by one of the school mums. I didn't get to see the school mums that much because I wasn't always on the drop-offs and pickups and things. So an opportunity to have a night in, and went to her business launch, tried some of the products, bought some products for my kids and myself, and the Berry Nectar and the Propolis were both just instantly game changers for 2 of my kids for their ailments. So I was starting to become a regular customer, and my Now Up line, knowing that I'm a bit of a typical Yorkshire lass, said, "Do you fancy joining for the discount?" So I said yes, bought my box, wasn't really thinking of anything other than I wanted to do a C9 and get, my discount off that.
Yeah.
And then that very month, my daughter got offered a place at a new dance school at York Dance Scholars to progress her training. And at the time, she was already training like 10, 12 hours a week. That was already taking up a lot of our time and a lot of our money. Anyone with kids that do activities such as that know it. Yeah, there's the actual classes, but then there's the costumes, there's the exams, there's the competitions, there's the travel, there's the hotel accommodation that comes with competitions and things. So she got offered this amazing opportunity, and I just didn't feel I could justify it from our regular pot, from our regular money.
Yeah.
So I've just realised, okay, I've got a why. What do I need to do? Spoke to my upline, and yeah, that set me going. Just a very small goal initially to earn the £200 a month I needed to pay for her fees. Yeah.
Some really strong messages there, though, Ruth. And, you know, in the days when we were running live events, literally with an audience, I would often ask the question, how many people were a customer before they became a business owner? And, you know, sometimes that's because they were a customer and they wanted some discount. Sometimes it was that they were a customer and they fell in love with the product and started talking about the product and fell into the business. So, you know, that's not unusual at all. But it is a strong message for new people that, you know, often your customers can turn into future team members as they get that strong emotional attachment to the product. And you're a really good example of that. You're also a very good example of, sorry, you're also a very good example of, as you just said, you found your why.
Mm.
So, you know, what started off as something that you joined to get discount, all of a sudden you thought, hang on a second, I need to make more of this vehicle because I want to fund my daughter, you know, and her ambitions in dancing. And so two really powerful messages there.
It is, and I think what you said about the customer thing is true as well, because I know what I mean. I went quite quickly through my retail and got to supervisor within my first couple of months, but then kind of stalled a little bit because I had achieved my why, and I was achieving my why. You know, I was paying for her dance fees and I was covering my personal use, and you know, I'm not ashamed to admit I did stall a little bit, but it was because I was happy with where I was at. I was happy with what I was getting. I was very busy. And it took a little while longer. I remember Lisa Williams, my two upline, asked me to present with her about recruitment. And I was like, I'm not a recruiter, but I have got a team, but they've generally joined for similar reasons to me. They've joined either because they wanted the discount and then realized the potential, or they've joined because they love the products and want to build a business. And I think it just shows the different ways in which you can recruit and the different ways in which you can get a team. And I still don't think of myself as a recruiter, but I've got quite a big team now.
Yeah, and sometimes we don't. But the other powerful thing that you've illustrated there, Ruth, is, you know, the flexible nature of our business. You know, if you don't have the same choices when you have a conventional business, because most times with a conventional business, you've got staff costs, you've got overhead costs, you've got maybe a lease on a premises. You know, you have the flexibility to run your business at whatever pace you like in Forever, because there are no on costs. And so whilst you say you're sort of a little embarrassed about that, don't be, because that's one of the beauties of the business. You can decide when, how fast, how slow. It's entirely your business, and you're a really good shining example of what's possible. You know, when the timing's right, you can access the business and move it forward.
Yeah, definitely.
Ruth, thanks so much for being online with us this evening. Congratulations on your achievement. I know we shall see more of you as the year goes on, but thanks for being with us tonight.
No problem. Thanks, Bob.
Take care, Ruth. So that brings us to the end of our marketing plan recognitions for this evening. I hope you've enjoyed the testimonials that we've heard from this evening. Leaves me with one final thing, and that is just to recognise our new leadership team for the UK for 2021. Ordinarily, we would have done this earlier in the year, but it's as a result of the lockdown and pandemic, we're now getting to the point where we know we need to work more closely with the top leaders to map out what the UK will look like as we come out of the pandemic. So firstly, I want to thank everybody who supported us on the leadership team in 2020 for your contribution. We greatly appreciate that. You know, I think one of the successes of our business in the UK and in Ireland and Iceland has been the close working relationship that we have as a head office team with the leading business owners. And in the UK, to be part of the leadership team, you need to be in the top of the volume in terms of the number of CCs that you create. You need to be a chairman's bonus qualifier. And of course, you need to be able to commit to spending a little bit of time with the head office team, and we appreciate all of the time that you give us. So our leadership team for 2021, if I can just find my clicker, is Jane and John, is Diana and Jeff, Natalie Healy, Claire and Keith Spencer, Emma and Sean, Adam, Juliana Bevan, Claire and Gary Massey, you heard from Claire earlier on, Lisa Prescott and Debbie Nwanga. Many congratulations to you guys. We look forward to working with you in the coming months, and we'll be reaching out over the next few days to put something in the diary with you. Now, for the rest of the UK, if you have ideas or things that you think that you'd like to bring to the attention of the company, things that we might be able to do better, things that you think would make life easier for you as an FBO, then reach out to whoever in your upline is part of the leadership team and ask them to bring that to our attention. You know, we've created some fantastic tools and incentives and travel trips as a result of the close communication that we have with the leaders, and we look forward to continuing that in 2021. So thanks to everybody who's been online with us this evening. To the new people, we hope that you've got inspired. I want to thank the team here for supporting us this evening on the lights and the sounds and the Q&As. Thank you for all of the feedback and recognition, congratulations you've given in the chat box this evening. I'm sure that all of the people we've recognised have felt valued and felt they've achieved great things as a result of your feedback. Thanks to Claire Massey for a fantastic training session. Just a couple of dates for your diary. The second in my series of Bob's Brunch is going to take place on the 2nd of June. The idea of Bob's Brunch is a little bit like a current affairs program, I guess. It gives us the opportunity to bring all of you up to speed with what's happening in the Forever UK world and the Forever Ireland world and the Forever Iceland world, what the marketing plan initiatives are for the coming months, what the incentives are for the coming months. So we invite you to log on at 10:30 on the 2nd of June for that. Of course, it is recorded, so you could watch it afterwards. And then our next recognition webinar for the UK is on the 24th of June, starting at 7 o'clock, where we will be recognising all of you working your way through the marketing plan in May. May is also looking a strong month for us. So thanks for being with us. Have a safe journey if you're traveling anywhere. Have a great evening if you're at home. Take care. Bye for now.